Hi everyone, just Carl here with a little brief announcement. Due to the CW verse or Arrowverse, if you will, starting back up soon, we recorded a few special episodes in correlation with the release of Superman and Lois and The Flash Season 7, along with Legends of Tomorrow, and all the other shows starting back up soon. We've recorded a few little episodes talking about the CW verse and what we think about it and what we liked, what we didn't like. And I hope you all enjoy them, and they'll be released sporadically until the start of the new season. So I hope you all enjoy. If you've got any comments or anything, links down below to our socials, and got any suggestions, hit us up. And I hope you enjoy these episodes. Bye. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trip Around the Multiverse with your hosts, the Emerald Archer of Starling City, which later becomes Star City, the Green Arrow, Kyle Charles, along with
the fastest man alive from Central City, CY Chung.
And in this lovely episode today, before we get started, just letting you all know, we are recording remotely due to the ongoing thing in the world, which I won't name. So there might be a little bit of sound hiccups here or there, and just a little fair warning.
Yep.
So, back to the core of this episode. We're going to be discussing the Arrowverse, which is quite polarizing to some people. Some love it, some hate it.
Yeah, and I think is right now is kind of a good opportunity because it kind of, technically speaking, once Arrow has ended with its 8th season, this is kind of what you'd say the end of an era or a chapter in that universe. Because when it is after the crisis with the merged Earths and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So now from this point, when they start the new set of programs, I mean, yeah, you could say this is technically phase 1 or whatever it is, but it's definitely a stopping point somewhere.
Somewhere along the lines.
Yeah, exactly. So then we can review and look back at what's happened now.
Yeah.
While we await the next set of stuff to watch.
Which is, well, like you said, Arrow's done. The Flash, I reckon, is going to go on for like at least another 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, Supergirl's supposed to be on its last season.
Coming, yeah.
Superman will be
premiering at some point.
Yeah, and Batwoman.
Yeah, Batwoman.
Yeah,
with a new Batwoman.
Yeah, we won't get into that now though, because
yeah, I haven't watched Batwoman.
I mean, look, let's watch it before we say anything.
Yeah, I have no judgments. I reckon it could be good. I didn't get around to watching the first season, only like in the crossovers.
Yeah.
So I have no real like thoughts on it. I can't say, oh, it's terrible, or I have no interest. I have interest, but I just haven't got around to seeing it. Legends of Tomorrow, and there's Legion of Superheroes. Legends of Superhero. Shows how much I care.
Wait, Legends of Tomorrow.
That's it. I'm terrible. Yeah, which will be on its 6th season, I believe, when it comes back.
Okay, so just let's run it in order. You've seen Arrow.
Arrow, of course, yeah.
Flash.
Flash, yeah.
And then you didn't bother with Legends of Tomorrow.
No, I've seen Legends of Tomorrow.
Okay.
Supergirl, I haven't, only through crossovers.
Right.
Same with Batwoman.
Yeah.
And technically Black Lightning, because that's now a part of it.
Yeah, that one I didn't watch because it didn't kind of start in it, really. Yeah. But also, well, how was I going to catch it on Sky? I don't think it was...
Nah, I had to watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, it was on Netflix after, but at that point, is when you're 3 season in, you're like, I could probably binge watch 66 episodes and stuff like that, but it's like, no, just leave it alone right now. Because they weren't going to have a major part in any of the crossovers anyways, until Crisis. No. So I kind of just, put it to the side for the moment.
Yeah, you're not missing much on that, if I'm honest.
Yep.
But yeah, so we're gonna just talk about the things we liked about the Arrowverse.
Yeah. Up to the end of the 8th season of Green Arrow.
Yeah.
That's sort of that where the rest of the programs kind of ended as well.
Yeah.
Nothing beyond that point, which
No.
at this point has not been broadcast yet, anyways.
No, I think they had a gap in filming because of all what's going on.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I like the Arrowverse. There's lots of little nitpicky things that
You know what it is? You know what it is? Okay, so I can't speak for Black Arrow because I didn't watch it.
Black Lightning.
But the rest, sorry, Black
Yeah.
Lightning.
Yeah.
yeah. Black Arrow. What is that? Okay. Yeah, I should have said Red Arrow, which would have been a Neville's finisher. And then people were like, "What are you talking about, Arsenal?"
Well, Black Arrow's his finisher as well.
The Black Arrow is his finish as well.
Yeah, that's why you changed it to the Black Arrow.
Oh yes, that's where I got it from as well.
There you go.
Yeah. I forgot the AEW. Anyway, yeah, I think partially the reason kind of the episodes are like the seasons are 20 to 23 episodes.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have a lot of filler. Not necessarily filler. I mean, like you got your subplots running in the background, but some episodes are you're like, all right, but this kind of does not progress parts of this and that. Maybe just like a minor segment of this and that, but it's just its own entity for like an episode.
Yeah.
I mean, solo episodes can be good and it's fine,
but some of them,
the big massive storyline that's going on. At the same time, it's like, but it just like seems separate sometimes from the rest of the show.
Yeah, sometimes they seem like filler or just okay. We've been given 26 episodes a season.
Yeah,
and our main story we can really only we could fit in like 16, so we got to pad it out with, hey, Oliver goes to the supermarket. And hijinks. Yeah.
But sometimes it's good because it's like, I want to say the slice of life episode, but
yeah,
just the stuff that is build another character or show another character within the universe that how their life goes on with all this madness.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just like, okay, a couple episodes they have some sort of beef, the team.
Yeah.
Right. And then they beef for like 5 episodes, you know, get all moody with each other, like, and then they resolve their problem. It's like, you could have probably never had this problem to begin with, and that's progress your storyline. But like you said, they've got their quota and time to fill, and maybe there's a relevance to have their problem to then resolve something else at the end. So okay,
it makes sense. But it's like that's just not a problem for like these shows in general. Like loads of TV shows sort of do the same thing where they're like, we got to pad this out with whatever we can.
Now, not to directly compare
to
Netflix programs.
Yeah.
For example, like Daredevil and Jessica Jones and all that. They've got their story. And even then, sometimes, their 13-episode seasons seem a little bit padded.
Yeah.
But, hey, look. It not that it is what it is, but we're getting entertainment. You know? I'm not criticizing the length of it.
No, I wouldn't.
But sometimes a shorter, tighter season might be better for your storytelling progression rather than a lengthy one. But hey, they've got to hit their quota for the amount of money they've been funded for. So
but I guess sometimes that also comes down to, say Arrow was only like 6 seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, not 6 seasons, sorry, 6 episodes.
Yeah.
You couldn't really get that much character development for
it is true.
the other characters as well. Because you're like, oh, boom, boom, boom. Okay.
Yeah, to be fair, they're not like solo superhero seasons. They're groups.
Yeah.
Because everyone's got a team.
Yeah,
somehow.
exactly.
Even though in their own comic books, they're like basically by themselves. But that's you know, I guess it's more for the cast.
Yeah.
And crew can't work those amount of days in like one massive go. So they just give them a break here and there while they're filming other people.
Yeah, because you notice that like some episodes of The Flash, you won't see. Well, obviously you always see Cisco because he's quite
No,
like
but
pinnacle. But there's some episodes where you won't see him.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel weird because obviously they write him off like, oh, since the Earths merged or whatever, he's gone off finding these new places.
I will say actually, it's kind of funny. Sometimes the people that constantly appear, like in season 3, of The Flash, the guy, the Doctor Alchemy, I forgot his name, Julian.
I forgot his surname. But yeah.
Sometimes he just disappears from episodes, and no one says anything or no one references. We're just like, if we don't mention him, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like
people won't notice, which is fair. Or sometimes they'll say, "Oh, he's gone off here to do another thing," and then come back, and then he comes back. It's fine. It's fine. It's the scheduling. You can't
have everyone there all the time.
Yeah. I have to say the most notable ones was after Grant Gustin got married.
Yeah.
Well, no, he got married and took a honeymoon.
Yeah.
And then for that particular episode of Flash, I think that one where Jesse quit, something happened at the beginning with Grant, the Flash.
Yeah.
He went off somewhere, then he came back at the end. But that entire episode was about excess.
Oh yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then I think when the next year's episode hit the ground at the same time, and I think he was having his 1 year wedding anniversary, which is
Yeah.
He and Iris went off somewhere, like to some sort of holiday.
Yeah.
And they disappeared from the episode for a good couple of maybe the beginning and the end. They came back,
Yeah. Wasn't that? And then I'm trying to think. Was that when
disco-centric episode? Which is it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, you got to treat your work as well,
Yeah. And go on. Sorry.
No, I was going to say onto the actual Arrowverse itself, but you were about to say something.
I was going to say, but it was to do Arrowverse as well, because I was going to say basically, that's why I sort of like it. All the supporting cast can sort of stand on their own rather than just background characters.
Yeah.
Because they were all flushed out. Well, majority of them are.
So, starting with, I guess, Arrow.
I
mean, we might just mix and match things as we're going along. But I guess we might as well start
with the thing that started it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you think of Arrow?
Arrow.
Any specific seasons that jump out to you, or villains, or character progression, good episodes and stuff?
I would say the ones that stick out to me are season 1.
Yeah.
5 onwards.
Didn't you like season 2?
That's the one. Season 2 is what kind of made me fall out of watching it weekly.
Oh yeah, why is that? I thought Deathstroke was a good villain.
Right? Yeah, because isn't it Ra's al Ghul? Then no, it's Deathstroke, then Ra's al Ghul. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Season 3.
Is it season 3?
Yeah. Ra's al Ghul is the villain in season 3.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. All right. Season 3 is where I dipped out for a bit.
Yeah.
Because I like the whole Deathstroke thing.
Yeah.
I did find it funny how the reveal of Deathstroke was hilarious. When what's her name? Summer Glee?
No. Yeah. Summer Glau. When we'll talk about the actor.
Yeah, the actor. I can't remember her character name.
Isabel something.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I want to say Romanoff, but we know that's Black Widow.
Black Widow. I was going to say Terminator Woman, but when she
Sarah Connor lady.
Yeah. When she does the reveal of Deathstroke, when he goes, I know the vigilante. It's like, at this point, we all know it's him because the dude has the most distinctive New Zealandish accent ever.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is there's no reveal here. We know this.
Yeah. I did kind of... Okay, so as we're talking about that specific change, how you were saying, they've changed basically Deathstroke to New Zealander.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't mind that because they got the best guy for the role.
Yeah.
And even though he's not for example, the exact height of Deathstroke.
Nah.
he was believable.
Yeah, he has the presence to you believe like he
Yeah.
could be this guy.
And I think that's partially because of what we saw of him in. Did you ever see Spartacus?
No, I didn't.
Spartacus Blood and Sand. Yeah, 4 seasons. Okay, basically he was an elite gladiator there.
Yeah.
So when I saw him here, I was like, okay, I can believe from. I don't want to say his stature because I think it looks like about 6'5", 10-ish.
Yeah.
But he's like, I can believe this guy can do stuff. You know, this guy's a threat.
Yeah, he was scary.
Yeah, he had a menacing aura, definitely.
Yeah, and I like.
You know what was pretty good though?
What?
When they were on the island.
Yeah.
He never came across like that.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that.
Yeah.
I liked his origins, if you would say, like how he went from being like such a great guy. Well, not a great guy, but someone you wouldn't believe become like a genocidal maniac.
Yeah. I will have to say, I mean, they did use the reasoning of the Murakuru and stuff like that, and how they got there was actually pretty good because he was injured. I did like how they cast Shadow as well, even though in the comics, there's a bit of shadiness going on there, where he has his kid and he's a bit. Wait, so do you know about the storyline, by the way?
Which one? Because there's the new 52 one, the one that I know.
Okay. Shall I tell you the classic version?
Yeah, go for it.
So, I do believe, from what I remember, Green Arrow. I think this might have started at a point where he accidentally shot and killed someone with an arrow. Yeah. And then he went to the monastery to because it was like redemption or something like that. Just down and depressed and all that stuff. Yeah. And Shadow was there as well, and she drugged him to some degree. Okay. And then she got herself impregnated by him while he was delirious. Oh, that makes... So that was a bit wacky. But I'm glad they did not do that because the actress that played Shadow came across like really well. If you know what I mean, the character, like how they rejigged her backstory and all that stuff between the three of them. Lao Fei as well on the island, Byron Man, Ryu. Anyway,
he's Arrowverse control.
It made it less creepy, of course, but then it became the two guys both in love with the same woman sort of thing, and I was like, oh, yeah.
You know where this is going after that.
Hit me with the new 52 version of Shadow.
Okay, the new 52 version of Shadow. She is part of. It's 3 clans. I can't remember. One's the arrow, the spear, and the shield, and she's the leader of one of them. Yeah. And then Oliver not have a thing with her, but he fancied her at some point. I can't remember what actually happened. But then you find out that his dad had a secret love affair with her. Oh. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Okay. And then he find out that he's got a sister. Yeah. Who is Amiko Queen. Who's the Red Arrow now in the new 52/Rebirth.
Now, it's actually kind of funny because they then wrote her in. Yeah. In season 7 at that point? Yeah. And then she's just freshly made character almost. Yeah.
Literally. She's like less than like 5 years old at this point in like comic book wise. Yeah. I like when okay. Now, but that's wait. So how old is Shadow in the new 52? She's a teenager. She's in the Teen Titans.
Wait, so Emiko's like a 5-year-old kid?
Oh no, sorry, no. Shadow, I think she probably in her 40s or something. Okay. I don't know because
I think in the new 52 universe, she might have been relative to Green Arrow's age. He might have been older. Might have been because I think that he's older than Black Canary in the classic universe. Yeah. About in his 40s or something at that point. Anyways, actually, so what did you think? I want to mention season 1. Yeah. Dark Archer. Ooh, yeah. And I did like it. Okay, first of all, there's the swerve. Yeah. It's not Tommy Merlin, even though in the comic books it is Tommy Merlin.
Yeah, they changed that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was all right. It was a I want to say it was a controversial change.
It was a better change because
Yeah.
if it was Tommy, it'd be a bit too obvious. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
At least with Malcolm's backstory, there's stuff that they could do with it.
yeah,
And it gave something like a little bit different. But what was cool is he kind of was able to fight Green Arrow.
yeah,
And he was kind of proving himself a bit superior.
yeah.
And obviously, when the backstory worked out, he was part of the League of Assassins.
He's part of everything. Every shady thing ever. He's been a part of it.
Yeah, but what was good was he was capable, was very capable, and then then later on he just became either he got D-powers or became static with his training.
Yeah, we just didn't care.
Or Green Arrow just became more and more better because he's just taking him out, not like a punk later on, but he just became less and less.
You're less of a threat.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because of Green Arrow's years and years of hitting Diggle with Cali sticks, you know.
I will say it might also be this, right? Not that it could possibly, but it's just like, okay, we're making story points up now to back up the point. But if you're fighting a super soldier such as Deathstroke on the regular, and then you start fighting normal humans, well, you know what? Your abilities are going to jump up.
You're like, you know, I've ascended to the next level, you know. You man with arrow is no feat to me, sort of. That's how it became.
Exactly. What did you think of Black Canary? Considering
which one?
Exactly. So when she first appeared,
yeah,
I was like, okay, this has got to be Laura Lance, right?
Mm.
And then it wasn't.
It was the sister.
Like, okay, the unknown sister come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Who was also on the island at some point.
Yeah.
And then but I think that was Katie Lotz was well cast, so I can't say that it was a bad choice.
That was a great choice. It was a great choice.
But then later on, obviously, because you know you assume they cast what's her name? What's her name?
What, the one who played her?
Kate Cassidy.
Kate Cassidy.
You assume that they cast her because they could potentially have her as Black Canary later on, which they did. Way later on.
Like season 4 or something, right? Yeah.
But it was I do think Diggle was actually quite funny cast. As in, it was cast well.
Yeah.
When he first appeared, it was the bodyguard, and then it was like, all right, well, I got to try and slip away to become Green Arrow.
Yeah.
And then come back and pretend that nothing happened, that sort of thing.
I like that, how he basically just sort of cropped on straight away. It's like,
exactly. That was cool and refreshing.
Yeah. Rather than
same with early Princess of Felicity. She knew something was up.
Yeah.
With Oliver, not right off the bat, but just like, okay, question mark on everything.
Yeah, it's like,
I'll keep this to myself.
Like, I wonder where he is going.
Yeah.
Oh, all these random people are dying as soon as Oliver Queen stepped back in.
Yeah. What did you think of him being a I want to say a killer, murderer, or whatever, but doing like come back in a Punisher mode once he came back to the island?
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, this is different. But I was thinking they're gonna have to somehow get to the bit where he stops doing this. I thought that I always liked that aspect. Like, he was killing, and then someone like, why are you killing people? You know?
Yeah. I didn't like it because I didn't think that was Green Arrow's character. But I was like, you know what though? I guess it makes sense in the context that he's been stranded on his island. And all he has is basically his anger, you know, to keep him going. And once he comes back, just get rid of them people.
Yeah,
it made sense.
Yeah,
and like you say, the transition by season 4 to the Arrow died.
Yeah,
quote unquote.
And then he became
Green Arrow, even though he was the same guy.
Yeah,
he just pretended he was 2 different people.
Yeah,
that guy was different from this guy.
Yeah, he killed. I don't. Oh, okay. You must be different people, even though you're the same height.
You're saying you could look kind of, dressed as. You know what? No, but that's him. That's not me. Okay, fair enough.
Different people. I like that. I like Well, when they brought Roy Harper into it, I like how they did that. They could have like elaborated him a bit more because he was gone by like season 3, right?
Yeah. Did you think he was going to be turned into Arsenal so quickly?
No, I thought like they would long it out for like.
Yeah.
He came in halfway through season 2, right? So I thought they were long
season
it.
1. Oh, you mean as Arsenal? I keep on about to say Red Arrow, even though he used to be Red Arrow in the comics. So just keep on. And he used to also be Arsenal, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. No, like, I thought they would long it out for him to actually become like Arsenal, and then maybe in a season or 2 afterwards he would like disappear, like they did with him.
Yeah.
But he left obviously in real life for personal reasons.
Yeah.
But I thought they could have longed it out a bit more.
Yeah, I thought maybe later on if they were gonna introduce him, maybe a couple of years down the line, as if Green Arrow is Batman, he'd be his Robin. So you just take a couple of years down the line, finally get like Arrow as a reputation in universe.
Yeah.
And someone else, maybe pick up a kid sidekick or whatever.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't know, was he a college student or something? Because he definitely wasn't a teenager. Like a 15, 14-year-old.
Nah, he was like, you're saying, he's like, if anything, if you want to say, like, 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think he was pretty solid as well.
Yeah.
How Thea Queen was Speedy.
Yeah.
Well,
Speedy. Yeah.
Made up and out of nowhere, right?
Yeah. Because from what I've read, they basically took her character traits from, Mia Durham. Is that her name? Yeah. Darren.
Yeah. They couldn't use her.
No.
You know the backstory on her, right?
Yeah, that's why they couldn't use her.
Do you want to give a quick backstory? I don't know. Yeah, clean it as clean as possible.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. Did you read the Kevin Smith storyline Quiver?
Yeah, I believe I do. I think I have it. Am I looking at it?
So, just checking. Yeah. Do you want to give the clean version of this, or do you want me to try and do it?
You try and do it. Some might slip
up. First of all, that means, right, I'm going to tiptoe around it, and then you're going to have to tell it straight afterwards. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. Okay. Right. So she used to be a teenage...
Lady of the Night.
Sorry? Yeah, Lady of the Night, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Who Green Arrow essentially took on after he died post-crisis, but then was resurrected without his memories. And then the whole quest is finding out what happened to him. And his soul was in heaven, detached from his body, and they did get they wanted to basically put his mind and soul back in his body. Stuff to do with Hal Jordan Parallax and the Spectre, but that's how it got all messy. As in got to a point where they were. But essentially, Mia, they couldn't give her the background they did have her in the comics.
No,
that was a bit shady, and she also had the autoimmune disease.
Which someone creates a serum so she doesn't have it as bad anymore.
Yeah, I think she was in Arrow though. I think she was.
No, she was in Smallville.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I'm
Smallville.
Maybe,
yeah.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah, and then she joined the Teen Titans.
They didn't use her backstory there either.
No,
kind of. Did they?
No, they didn't use it in that. I think she was just like a thief or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the episode Crossfire. Yeah. Oh no, she was in 2 episodes of Arrow. Of Smallville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can see why they kind of just swapped her out, but they also probably needed someone who was directly, I want to say related, but more of an attachment to Green Arrow. They couldn't have, for example, have her as an adopted daughter, because then at that point he's already disappeared and there's no background towards that. But it was fine.
It's one of the changes that made sense and
Yeah.
bettered the story.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but then it comes to the brother sister sort of I hate you, you hate me, we have beef, but we really love each other sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I want to say that's atypical. That's just part of the drama that these series do have.
yeah. To pad out the 26 episodes
Yeah.
season.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's right.
Um. Also, I like the reveal when you find out that she's actually his half sister
Yeah.
because Merlin and his mum did a dirty, had an affair, and she was born.
Yep.
That was a good change.
I want to say kind of at that point though. At that point, it made sense
Yeah,
that because he's a shady bastard. That he would have
Yeah.
done this back in the day. Yeah, and then pretend it's not, not,
Yeah.
yeah. What? Whose kid is that? Ain't mine.
Who is she? Oh,
Yeah.
that was funny. Then I dipped out for a bit in season 3 because I just felt it felt
in
long.
Season 3 or after season 3 or...
During
Okay.
during season 3.
Yeah.
Um.
Also, okay, season 3. It was all right. It was all right.
Yeah, when I went back to watch it again, actually, it was all right, but I don't know why it just didn't for me at that point. At that point,
Well, it might have been like Ra's al Ghul. Okay, but this Batman villain. Does Batman exist at this point?
yeah,
Does this Batman exist in this universe? Because they've made reference to Oracle, and then Ra's al Ghul saying you're the second person who's been able to fight me on this level. So you just assume the first one is Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne, yeah,
But at this point in Arrow as well, he is basically Batman.
yeah,
And I say the killer version of Batman, right?
yeah. Even though Batman is a killer, but go on.
No.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
In that universe,
Yeah,
even though we hadn't seen Batman, we just assumed that he's not got the notoriety of killing people because there's no mention
yeah,
of Batman, even though they haven't mentioned him.
yeah.
So you can't, you can't say even though Batman kills people because then
I know.
At that point.
He doesn't kill them there and then. They die later on from the trauma of being beaten. So he's technically not liable. But
yeah, no, it was just what I found my problem was with these. As much as I like them for the entertainment,
yeah,
the first couple of seasons, he was just basically. They tried to take Green Arrow and make him Batman because they didn't have the rights to Batman vibe that I was getting from this.
no, I got the vibe from. The vibe I got from it is they just making him a moody guy, not Batman, because like Batman has that whole problem where he can't really be Bruce Wayne. He's just he's Batman, whatever.
Yeah.
But with our Arrow, he can't be Arrow because he's got so much problems as Oliver Queen, like relationship wise.
That's fair. Yeah, but like you say, there's. I mean, I stuck with it all the way.
Yeah.
Right? But let's be honest, there are some seasons that are better than other seasons.
Yeah.
Season 4 offhand? Do you recall who it was?
That's Damien Dark season, right?
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. See, now when I say I've forgotten, that just tells you,
Yeah.
Didn't not paying much attention to it, but it's just like it wasn't as memorable.
No.
I guess as well, kind of Ra's al Ghul, really, but then it's because he was Ra's al Ghul that you kind of remember him more.
Yeah, because Damien Dark, if I'm correct, he's a made-up character, isn't it?
Something like that. He never appeared before.
Yeah, let me quickly check that. But yeah, season 4. I think it doesn't get.
Damien Dark. This is what it is as well. I don't even remember him because he was the man who was Irish M. Bison, Irish blonde M. Bison of Chun-Li. And I'm like, yeah, but you're playing Damien Dark, even though he's an original character. You're playing Damien Dark, so you're playing your Irish blonde M. Bison who's trying to take over the slums of Thailand, except that you're just playing with an American accent this time.
Basically, yeah, I just realised that now. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just I just didn't even notice that.
yeah.
Oh Lord. Oh no,
I did like it. I did like he created a different thing for them to fight though, because he
yeah,
was like, magic
supernatural.
power based, and they
Yeah,
were fighting all physical, kind of enhanced physical villains at that point, even. But this guy had the actual black magic arts and whatnot.
like I think the only reason why I like season 4 is because of what it brings to season 5. Because this is when he goes back. After this, when he goes back to killing, Arrow goes back to killing,
Yeah, yeah,
and the whole Diggle's brother stuff as well.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they introduced Wild Dog and
Yeah.
Ragman and all that. So that's why I like season 4, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, what do you think then? I mean, it was pretty obvious that John Diggle was going to join Arrow's team at some point.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And as the original character Spartan,
Yeah.
the original super code name, anyways.
Yeah.
Now I was glad kind of they introduced other characters like Wild Dog and I want to say Black Canary again, but
Sort of.
well, they introduced Black Canary as Laurel Lance.
Yeah.
And then they introduced she got rid of in this season 4.
Yeah.
And
yeah, she does, isn't it? Yeah.
Then they introduced Dana Drake.
Dana Drake.
And I'm like, man, technically speaking as well,
Yeah.
both of those names are relevant to Black Canary because she did have all those names.
Yeah.
Even though she was the same character with all that. But anyways, regardless.
Yeah. Regardless of her muddy backstory.
Yeah. I was like, okay, that the team is the group is now a proper team.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. And like, you know what, in this massive city, you need that small team.
Yeah.
Like the group of 5 of them.
Yeah, because it would be weird if it was just Arrow the whole season. You know what I mean? Like just protecting that one town. You're like,
yeah.
He's probably more people are probably dying because he can't build these places at once.
Yeah. What did you think of what I'm going to call Arrow's Civil War?
Oh, I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Because they had their like legit reasons to be like, I'm not talking to you, Oliver. Yeah. I'm gonna go and do my own thing.
Yeah, they all like by the time they had a little in-team tiff.
Yeah.
They all separate. The logical reasons were there for them who to be on which side.
Yeah.
So it kind of made sense. But then when Arrow just basically sent Wild Dog to the hospital, I was like, oh, man, you did not do that.
Dude, you went too far.
Yeah, even he knew it at that point. Technically, also, we did skip season 3's introduction of Ray Palmer.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah.
I have to say, what's weird is I don't think he fit in that Ra's al Ghul storyline, even though he was introduced well. And I didn't mind the character.
No, I like
the table. Technically, I want to say at this version, he is
Iron Man,
the Arrowverse version of Iron Man, essentially. But he brought something like a technical mech suit to the table, which gives Arrow something else to deal with.
Yeah.
But as in the storyline with Ra's al Ghul, it was a bit out of place.
Yeah. But then, oh no! I was going to say that leads to later on in Legends of Tomorrow, but that's a different bad guy he's got a relationship with. But yeah, it did seem kind of out of place. Science and I'll say
it could have been. See, it could have been something like when you look at you have Iron Man versus the Mandarin, it's magic versus technology.
Yeah,
but they didn't go that route.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Arrow would have been out of place in his own season.
Yeah, made no sense.
Yeah,
and season 5 I really liked because you didn't know. Well, that's when they had Prometheus.
Yeah,
and you
not the comics version of Prometheus, just basically a guy called Prometheus.
Yeah,
who was dressed in the garb of the Arrow version of Green Arrow.
Yeah,
season 1 stuff. But all right, fair enough. Technically, that's not Prometheus, but at the same time, it's like I get your version of Prometheus.
Yeah,
here.
Because the comic book one, when you think about it, in that sort of world wouldn't make no sense.
None of that. He would have been just way too powerful if he could take that whole Justice League.
Yeah. Before he got dumbed down. But yeah. So, and I like the whole mystery behind it.
Yeah.
And the reveal when you find out it's Adrian Chase, like, oh.
Yeah. Even though this is what got me was they had Vigilante also there.
Yeah.
And Vigilante's Adrian Chase. And then they changed it to another guy. So you had the different reveal.
Yeah.
But then he was connected to
Black
Dana
Canary.
Drake.
Yeah.
So like, okay, fair enough. Yeah,
that was totally
and then also, let's point out, by that point, they introduced Black Siren, who was Laurel Lance from another Earth.
Yeah, from Earth 2.
Yeah. So they had two different Black Canaries at the same time, technically. Well, yeah, but you know what? Actually, I didn't mind her introduction, the way they did her character arc.
Yeah.
Because she came in there to just be a villain from an alternate universe, and really cool bad girl charisma at the point as well.
Yeah.
Because honestly, Cassidy as Black Canary, the Laurel Lance version was a bit more
boring.
Milquetoast, plain, right?
Yeah.
The character build. I mean, she got her alcoholic story arc and stuff like that, but it was
it wasn't nothing intriguing. Like, I can't wait to find out more on her story.
Yeah. But when Black Siren popped in there, you're like, ooh, okay, she's here to cause a bit of trouble. But then she and the team are both kind of like running in parallels.
Yeah.
And she kind of have her redemption arc, even though she has a bit of antagonism towards the rest of the team. And they're like, but she looks like Laurel, and we can try and get through her, sort of thing. I was like, okay, this is a neat twist here. And like a good background story, because she didn't appear in everything, but as it runs through the season, you're like, okay.
Yeah, you're like, maybe they could.
Yeah, they got something here. They got something here.
Yeah.
What did you think of Ricardo? Okay, season 6, right? Caden James and Ricardo Diaz. I've got something to say to you about. What did you think of it?
Who are they again?
Oh, all right.
Diaz, yeah.
No, I can't blame you for that, because they don't stand out as they're not people in costumes or anything like that.
Yeah.
They don't really stand out in that way.
No.
So when you say, "Oh, who were they again?" He's like, "Yeah, it's true. They were just ordinary. I want to say ordinary mob bosses,
but just guys. Yeah, literally just guys."
And I find it funny how the first half of season 6, Caden James was built to be the villain, because Ricardo Diaz and all these other people below him, like tier wise, in the mob or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Ricardo Diaz just kills him.
I didn't see that coming.
I am the big bad of this season now.
Yeah. I like that because I didn't see it coming. Like, oh, okay, that's where we're going. Cool.
Yeah. It kind of made sense though.
Yeah.
Not the guy playing Caden James' contract was coming up, and they only got him for a certain amount of episodes or whatever. But just like, they didn't just have it come out of nowhere. They did kind of build towards it towards the degree that like they knew it was coming, and they were like, you know what? Why not do it then?
Yeah, literally. Let's do something they won't see coming, and we didn't. What else happened in season 6?
But season 7 with Miko, like you're saying, it's just like, what? When I watched this, and I didn't know the backstory. I was like, what? Where are you writing this random character in here out of nowhere for?
Yeah.
And then she defects towards him, and then she turns on him.
Yeah.
And then that was kind of a bit strange, flip flopping around. But then it's like, oh, it was all part of the master plan. It's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Because that's when everyone knows he's Green Arrow, right?
Yeah.
Season 7.
I did like it as well that he has to help the FBI.
Yeah.
Because he's publicly the Green Arrow now.
Yeah.
It was like one of those things where you're like, okay, I suppose it's bound to happen at some point. Someone's identity gets revealed.
Yeah, because only so long you can go without that happening. Really.
Yeah, and the fact that they took him in as a team member rather than put him, in
back
jail.
Leader.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Like in the world of this, where this is based.
Yeah, it all makes sense.
And it kind of, I don't want to say it kind of gave him a new lease of life or something like that, but just it was like, okay, this is fresh
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Oh man.
So that was pretty cool. The fact
Going
that he still
back,
had his own team though, is kind of do his stuff on the side separately from them as well. It was like,
yeah.
okay, but let's just tiptoe around while they're
Yeah.
here.
No one knows.
Yeah.
Going back, I think it was season 6 or season 7 when Vigilante gets killed.
Yeah.
That was pretty messed up.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because he had the ability to heal out of, a Wolverine healing factor ability,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And when you have characters that have that, you're like, right, how are they gonna eliminate this guy from the episode, like the series or whatever? And he's just like, well,
It's melt
we'll
his
just do
brain.
something that they can't heal from, but at the same time, it's like, what?
But at least with him, they didn't like with Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's they like it's got to a point where he survived anything. But with Vigilante, they never specifically said how high his healing ability is.
Yes. Makes sense.
Yeah, so when she basically melted his brain with sonic vibrations, I was like, okay, I can bite that. Because, you need your brain to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was messed up. Yeah. Like you say, they didn't specify the limits, so
yeah, so sort of get around it.
It's acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I don't say it didn't bother me too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fine for what it was because it then led to Dana Drake having more of a beef with the evil version of Laurel Lance.
And that was like one of my favorite storylines.
Yeah. Like she was on a mission to kill the other one.
Yeah.
But that kind of helped their character development because by the end of season 8,
they're
they're like friends-ish.
Yeah.
When I say by the end of season 8, I mean like the Green Arrow and the Canaries, where Green Arrow's daughter from the future.
Yeah.
Is Green Arrow.
Yeah, and they're her canaries.
And both Black Canaries somehow warped to the future.
Yeah.
I mean, no, Dana Drake warped to the future somehow, and it's a mystery. As part of the season, if it ever continued, we'll find out how that happened.
Oh no, they got cancelled.
Yeah. But their storyline was set like that. While Dana Drake, Laura Lance went up there to find her. So they're kind of like became like more friendly at that point.
Yeah, because I think after what they went through in like season 8, before that point, they're like, we forgive each other, hugsies.
Well, no, it wasn't as simple as that. But
no, it wasn't. But that's the truncated version. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, season 7's where, not Malcolm. Is it Malcolm?
Wait.
Lana's. I mean, Black Canary's dad dies.
Yeah.
He survived heart attacks and alcoholism.
I forgot his character.
Same here. Quentin.
Yeah.
Quentin,
yeah. Yeah, I think that's what helped though. That's what kind of helped Black Siren.
Yeah.
His turn.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to get through to her, and he was like always
there
for her good side to come out. You know what I mean? Like high-heartedness. Even though he was trying to get through to her, and she was all like, "Keep away from me," blah blah blah. But then eventually, kind of got, and then he died, and then she be like, all that stuff. So it was like a pivotal moment for her.
Yeah. That was her moment of clarity where she saw the light. I was like, being a bad guy is not cool.
Well, not the coolest thing in the world, but so that's like, what did you think of them start using? Because they had him do flashbacks for the first 5 seasons to cover 5 years he was on the island. And I'd say 5 years on the island, storyline wise, would be kind of weird if he just stayed there.
Yeah.
Even though that's what they kind of wrote themselves into at the beginning, because they find him in the island.
Yeah.
And later on in the season, he's actually found on the island, goes on missions for various like Argus and stuff like that, and then he transported back to the island at the end of season. When that's all done,
Yeah.
just so they can find him on the island. And it was like, oh man, I know you wrote yourself that beginning of it, but it was like a bit odd. To be fair, it gave him the chance to build his skills a bit more and get like his fingers in a lot of different pies. So then later on, when they write the seasons, this person recognizes him and that stuff. But it was just like, okay, you're taking him off the island. How are you going to write him back on the island? Oh, we just simply drop him back on the island.
Yeah, and no one's the wiser.
Yeah. All right. And then we set up the boat to find him. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like everything between that I liked. Like him going off doing missions. Like you said, it built character for him. And like the bit where he was literally just murdering people.
Yeah.
And he used the hood as a different identity to deal with him being a murderer. I thought all that stuff was cool.
Yeah. That kind of explained why he was the Arrow version in season 1.
Yeah.
When he was just basically murdering people.
Yeah, detached from life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they didn't explain, obviously, if they found him on the boat, why didn't he just try to get his way to Star City and start murdering people? The people in his father's book for revenge right off, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, the bit where they find him on that island where he gets dumped back and where everyone's got to pretend that he's been there all that time.
And then he puts the wig and a beard on.
Yeah. That bit I was like, that's just okay. I get that you obviously didn't know how many seasons you're gonna get, so you sort of tried to be able to explain it in that whole one season. But then, because you've gone up to season 7 now, it's like, we need to.
I mean, like, I don't want to say another solution is, but let's just say he got off the island with the people that found him, right?
Yeah.
Did the missions for them, whatever, and then he had to do a boat, ship, whatever mission.
Yeah.
Later on, and at that point he gets shipwrecked back on a different island or something like that, and people find him fine. You know, then it's like, okay, you can explain why he suddenly had a beard and yeah. But the fact is, we'll just drop him on the island. Here's a wig, here's a beard.
Yeah.
You know, stick it on. I hope they didn't notice. Was a bit awkward.
Yeah, they could have just done that time. All that time he was off the island, like you said, he could have just grew his hair out and had a beard.
Yeah.
None the wiser, rather than wig and makeup. Yeah. That was a bit.
Yeah, well, it is like they wrote themselves in there at the beginning. Probably later on in the season, they didn't have it set up as to exactly what was what, so they couldn't work themselves back in there. But they did have 5 years to,
figure it out.
You know, the seasons between that point to try and work out how they could have got back in. But you know, that's not a huge deal.
Yeah, it's not a huge deal.
Might be another one, but it's not a huge deal.
No. And then season 8. Only 8 episodes.
Yeah, technically what I would call the prelude to... No, I was going to say the prelude to the Crisis Universe.
It was.
Crisis on Infinite Earth, sorry.
Yeah. It was great.
See, okay, now there's parts I did and didn't like about this.
Yeah.
They did build the character.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on, before we get that, right, but they did build the character to the end of this season, so you knew I was coming to be part of the Crisis on Infinite Earths. But let me just point out, as we were saying about the flash forwards, what did you think of those? Because that is actually relevant to the season as well.
They caught me.
Well, let me just explain. The flash forwards are that his kid is growing up, and his kid with whose kid? His kid with
Felicity.
No, the other kid.
Oh, I forgot the woman's name, but yeah,
his kid with some other lady.
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah, grew up and is trying to find
William.
His actual kid.
Yeah.
With Felicity, and this is flash forward to 2040 or something like that.
Yeah.
What did you think that? I know they kind of ran out of flashbacks, but the switch to flash forward. How did you think?
At first, I was confused by them.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, later on they go on. I'm like, oh, this is quite an interesting story they're telling because I didn't expect none of this.
Well, see, the awesome thing with the future stuff is all I can say is once you have a crossover where time space continuum with the Flash, it's a bit awkward because if he starts doing stuff that changes time, like
Yeah.
crisis and all that stuff, then your future is altered as well, kind of.
Yeah.
So they were on a tricky line there, knowing that about Flash traveling to different dimensions and alternate universes and changing the timeline back and forth and stuff. It's like, oh, but that future that you're seeing in Arrow may not be the future that ends up happening in the wherever Earth you're at the moment, because it might be altered.
I don't think
I did like at the end of the season where they do that crossover sort of thing. Somehow his daughter Mia gets into the main universe. Like the bunch of guys that would have been his son William, Diggle's son, no, Diggle's adult son, sorry.
Yeah, he's got Diggle's son and Brontiger's son.
Yeah. And they appear in front of Green Arrow at this point. Like at the end was it at the end of season 7?
I think it is. Yeah.
So that was a good showing, a good surprise.
Yeah.
But so that leads us to season 8, where now he goes on missions for the Monitor. And I always thought, okay, so it's 8 episodes, right? And you're going to lead to the crisis by episode, was it 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So why don't you show off the other universes that you have to collect the items from? Like, go to different other Earths. Because then you can make certain characters relevant that don't appear. And then later on, you can pop them back into Crisis for an appearance or here and there. But no, it's mainly stuck to Earth, the ones that were shown, like Earth 2, his own Earth mostly, and stuff like that. I was like, oh, maybe they'll show us different ones. Like, you had that other Earth where Gypsy came from. Yeah. And stuff like that. And I was like, okay, if he's time hopping, dimension traveling, to collect items for the Monitor, but no, that didn't happen.
I think that's because they sort of want to keep it contained to like different dimensions, but within Arrow, rather than if you're going to like say Gypsy's dimension, that's more Flash focused.
Yeah, and that's more of a Flash thing. But what I'm saying is they just kept it mainly Earth 1-ish.
Yeah.
And bits of Earth 2.
Yeah.
It could have been like, just a bit more, throwing a little bit more variety in there. Because once you get to Crisis, you're just going to have to keep people anyways.
Yeah, I just think they won't just get the 8 episodes. All right, if Stephen Amell went to do probably more episodes, they might have done it. But because they just want to do just 8 one and done sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like how we're skipping Crisis because we can speak about that later, right?
Yeah.
I did like how he became the Spectre at the end of this.
Yeah.
It kind of made sense with the direction they were going.
Yeah.
Like his destiny was to be the Spectre, but with his grim, dark character.
Yeah, it's the only way he could really go.
Yeah. Especially since like everyone's got I want to say everyone's got superpowers, so their abilities are more relevant. But you had Lex Luthor, Bat Canary, and Batwoman there.
Yeah.
So that's not necessarily the case. However, if you needed someone to be as powerful as the Monitor to be able to help the good guys, the Spectre was like in the comic books. It made sense. He was there.
Yeah.
And you can't just introduce Grim Corrigan out of nowhere to set up unless he was going to be in the seasons beforehand.
Yeah.
Like the quickest, easiest, smoothest way to do it. Put another grim, kind of darkish green looking character in the costume.
Yeah.
But I didn't like that Spectre costume. It looked it like just covered him in a green cloak. What the hell was that about?
Well, it's better than him having a green cloak and like a sparkling white body. I mean.
Yeah, okay. No, okay. But what I'm saying is, I don't. Yeah, okay. All right. To be fair, I think they could have just done adjusted one of the Green Arrow costumes, ish.
Yeah.
And then put a cloak on that, like to a degree, maybe like a grey version.
Yeah.
Underneath the green cloak, or something like that.
Yeah, that'd make
it look like he's not just they just cut a potato sack and put on the guy.
Hey man, that's Spectre's costume, potato sack. Oh.
A green potato sack.
Yeah, that's his power.
Oh yeah. No, but I did like that. And it did kind of like the way it ended as well, because after the years of being a Spectre, he finally went to heaven or whatever it is with
Yeah,
Felicity.
he got his happy ending.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
After they'd been apart for like 30, wait, however many years at that point.
yeah,
What did you think of in live action?
Yeah.
Green Arrow seemed never to hook up with Black Canary, because in Smallville he got with Chloe.
yeah.
In this, he got with another blonde lady as well, who's not the Black Canary.
Yeah.
Which was Felicity, and like, okay, I when they started getting together, I was like, okay, they were more fun when they weren't really.
Yeah.
But then we kind of like, I don't know if it was, oh, they have good chemistry together, let's put them together. But then they just became a bit more, I don't know, interesting. I mean, a bit less interesting is what I meant. And a bit more forced.
Yeah, I get that feeling as well. But I guess they want to do the whole, everyone knows that Black Canary and Green Arrow get together. Let's do something different, as this is our own little playpen. We do what we want.
Yeah.
So years after, I got used to it. I was like, yeah, I'm alright with it.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't. I think it was not that well written, put together.
No, yeah.
It could have been done better.
Yeah.
But it is what it is now. So we can.
What can you do?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I think though Felicity kind of became a little bit less. I don't want to say interesting when she finally got with Green Arrow. Just became less perky character.
Yeah, she did. Like, I like Felicity, the character and everything, but I thought it was more interesting when we thought she was gonna die in season 5.
Right.
Yeah, season 5, right? Season 4, sorry, where it opens up with them at a funeral. Yeah, so I thought, oh, this is quite interesting. She's gonna die, but then you find out it's Black Canary.
Yeah,
and then my interest wavered from her again.
Yeah. But then again, I mean, hey, look. Some people were written better than others. I mean, like we were saying, they got to pad out the episode somewhat. So sometimes people get the short end of the stick-ish.
Yeah.
With what the characters have to do.
I think as well, if they didn't do a Flash TV show, I reckon it would have ended with Black Canary and Green Arrow together. Because the Flash, no matter what, he has to be with Iris.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, we can't technically have the same sort of destined love in 2 of our shows.
Yeah.
So,
okay. On that note, as you're saying, let's not move on to the Flash yet, because this has come up an hour-ish.
Yeah.
So, and I think at the beginning we were saying we'll just talk about the Arrowverse, but it just seemed like we're just going to talk about Arrow. Yeah. So let's hold off anything to do with the Flash.
Yeah, no, we'll do a separate episode of Flash.
And exactly. I mean, actually, should we do a separate episode on the crossovers?
Yeah.
Well,
but then we could talk about all crossovers.
All right. It's fair enough. Okay. So finish what you were saying about Green Arrow specific parts of what you're saying. The characters that get together, and then we'll close out the episode, because otherwise we'll start going into Flash, and then it will be a very long episode.
Yeah, no, we don't want to put our lovely viewers through that.
Yeah.
So that's what I was basically saying. That's why they went off and did Felicity and Oliver, because obviously she was a fan's favorite as well.
Yeah.
So like, okay, and we don't really want to see 2 heroes together. Let's give him. He's invulnerable. He's like woman who can die at any moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she grounds him, so it's like, all right, that makes more sense rather than Black Canary.
Yeah, especially since they did the when they killed Laurel Lance off.
Yeah.
then you're like, okay, this new Black Canary has no attachment to Green Arrow,
Yeah.
other
Literally.
than when they were on Crisis on Earth X, but they weren't actually in. She never appeared in that crossover,
No.
even though she's from that Earth,
Yeah.
and he was like the new Führer of that Earth.
Yeah. Dark Archer. Was he called
Yeah.
Dark Archer? Yeah.
Yeah, and current Black Canary, which would be Dana Drake, has nothing to do with him as well in background. The only
And
one that would have
she's-
had something to do with him is
Felicity.
White Canary.
Yeah.
But at that point, she was off on her own series,
Yeah.
and she hadn't made an appearance in that series for an extended amount of time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you couldn't just bring a new love interest like when you're like 6.5 seasons in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You just feel forced and weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's had its ups and downs.
Yeah,
the
of
actor
course.
was always pretty good.
Yeah.
Kelly Hu was good in it, action wise. Michael J. White as well. They got good people that had were capable. Cody Rhodes as well.
Yeah, man. Samson. Yeah.
Yeah. So the action was always solid.
Yeah.
Because Katie Lotz was a dancer as well. So and as Stephen Amell is capable, dude's wrestling. So
yeah, man. He's
of course. So yeah. Just to close out though.
Yeah.
Have you seen Stephen Amell's wrestling matches?
I saw the one against him and Neville him and Neville versus Stardust and Wade Barrett.
Yeah.
King
and
Barrett,
did you
sorry.
see the one where Stephen Amell versus Christopher Daniels?
Yeah, CD. Yeah.
That's actually so strange enough. I know he's not a pro wrestler, but he was athletic enough to keep up and do his half of the match. You would have thought, okay, on a massive stage, maybe he'd make some mistakes because he didn't come up from doing the independence tournament. He just basically straight up there. And I'm like, okay, he actually done pretty well though.
Yeah, dude.
Considering you could say certain things he did or didn't do, but considering his second match, and he had the right man to guide him around.
Yeah.
Like Daniel's loads of experience, and knew how to put the match together to make both of them look good.
Yeah.
I think like sometimes he might have forgot to sell.
Yeah, but
much or showboat, but hey, that's experience. And he's
exactly.
Experienced wrestler, but he was very capable acting parts of it. The selling.
The selling, the build up.
Yeah. I mean, his athletic ability also helped him quite a lot. And when he put CD on the table, and then he jumped and CD moved, and he broke the table, and the crowd was shouting "broken arrow" at him.
I was like, I get that reference,
but he took it in stride as well. He didn't like suddenly. I mean, he could have been easily. They switched on him because he's just an actor.
Yeah.
Trying to wrestle, and there's a bunch of wrestling fans would be like, "Okay, we're going to cheer the pro wrestler."
Yeah.
They gave him respect though.
Yeah, because
and the broken arrow chant wasn't
you messed up sort of thing
or anything like that.
Yeah.
Despite him, it was just like, yeah, we've got a funny chant going.
Yeah.
And I want to say, he appreciated it, but he got it because he was Arrow and he broke through a table and he's like, yeah.
Broken arrow.
Fair enough.
Or he might have thought, hey, why are they referencing Christopher Slater movie?
Yeah, he could have done that. And I do have to say, I mean, the guy, he's a fan, and it's not about his ego.
Yeah.
He took the loss. He took the loss
did.
as he should, though, because he's an inexperienced guy wrestling a guy who's been
doing it for like 6 millenniums at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
okay, maybe not. Wait, did you say 25?
I said 6 millenniums, but yeah, I think it's 30 years. I think it's 30 years.
Okay, 25 to 30 years.
Yeah.
So he took the loss as he should because he knew how these things work.
Yeah.
I don't like it when someone like Kevin Federline goes in there. And he's a nobody. He's a jabroni, right? Only famous for marrying Britney Spears and then getting divorced from. Anyways.
Yeah.
And he goes and beats John Cena with interference from John Morrison. I'm like, yeah, but that only makes John Cena look bad, and he's the face of your company.
Nah.
I mean, if the guy's going to come in like looking like an ordinary guy on the street, and then he defeats the biggest star in your company, that's a bit odd.
Yeah, it is. But like, you got to remember, Cena is Cena. He will bounce back from anything.
Yeah.
But like catering to celebrities sometimes just shouldn't. They shouldn't. You know what I mean?
Okay. Stephen Amell did a good end of this. Someone like Mr. T, who comes in there, he was winded proper at the end of WrestleMania 1.
Yeah.
But he did his part of the match, and it's like, yeah, but it was more of your reputation that helped you, your believability, rather than your actual ability.
Yeah. Which was lacking.
Yeah. So I want to say, Stephen Amell is definitely a fan of pro wrestling because he knows how it works, and he knows, he can't just be a guy. Like, even though I would say Christopher Daniels is lower tier than John Cena. Yeah. Right. In that sense, but he's been around for years in the independent, so he's definitely this man's got respect from the crowd. I don't know if they suggested, Stephen Amell, you win the match, but you probably would have just said no. Cause
I think he would have said, nah, I'm all right.
Yeah. Are you going to watch his new
TV show?
Series?
Yeah, Heel. Yeah, I want to watch that. I have to. That's my boy.
Yeah. I'm actually interested. I know this is moving ourselves from the Arrowverse, but I'm actually interested to see how his wrestling ability will progress, because have you seen Glow? Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Of course.
Now I watched that program and I was like, right, I'm interested to watch it to see how these ladies, these actresses, are going to be in a wrestling ring. Actually, funny enough, one of the ladies at work asked me, because I was like, I think she watched it, and then she asked me why I watched it, and she's like, because of ladies, and I was wrestling at that point. Yeah. I said, no, I'm actually interested to see how capable these actresses are in the ring. Because of the training they will need to be wrestlers.
They have to be.
Yeah, and I think they're all right. They just splice between certain things they can do and can't do, and put stunt doubles. I don't know if it's stunt doubles or wrestling women or whatever. They whoever does the segments that the ladies can't do. Yeah. That's my opinion on it. I don't know. They train enough for certain things, but it's just like you got a time limit to train to be able to take all these bumps and do these maneuvers. You're not going to be able to master all of them. Yeah. In that specific period, but. I'm interested to see how the matches are going to be put together in the Stephen Amell's heels. Yeah. And
I wonder if it's going to do any damage to wrestling, because now they walk that weird line about, we all know wrestling's a prematurement or whatever.
No. Let me back you up there. You cannot use the F word when.
That's what I didn't. I said predetermined.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Cooperative
choreographing.
That's how we're saying. Man. Yeah. Not the F word.
But how they're a bit funny when they want to show everyone that it's.
No, I said no F words.
No, is it funny? How, they want to protect it when they want to, but then they have documentaries about the behind the scenes stuff. On their own networks and stuff. So it's
Yeah. Like you say, it's a very odd line, because it's what are you, even in the mid 2000s ish, there was still kind of weren't. I mean, before that, before the 2000s, they were definitely, this is as real as can be. Yeah. And the Montreal screw job happened, and they're like, well, you know what? Some of this might not be as real as you think it is. Yeah. And then afterwards, they're like. Yeah, depending on who you're speaking to, it flip-flops between yes,
no,
we are working together, and no, we're still keeping in character. MJF, especially nowadays, is the guy who 100% stays in character. Yeah. You don't really have that all the time, and sometimes what's weird is, like you say, in that fine line between when people get replied to on Twitter about certain things, like if you tweet the wrestler and they reply to you, some people take offense because they don't know if they're replying to them in character or not. Yeah. Which is odd, because, I don't know if you should say, you should have a separate account for this and that. However, people do get mixed up, and some people do not have Twitter accounts. Like Undertaker, you can't, that character wouldn't really have a Twitter account. Mark Calloway, but then that's a bit odd, because I know how he is with his character, how protective he is. Yeah. Cody Rhodes could probably have one and do kind of both. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird line now.
Yeah, so like you're saying though, the idea of are they going to be in the Heels TV series? Are they going to be like, okay, so let's sit down and work out the programs for this particular storyline in our wrestling match?
Yeah.
Or are they just going to be like, well, I guess what's the other option, isn't it? Oh yeah, and then their lives around how they are going to outside of the wrestling.
Yeah. Either way, it'd be quite interesting to see how they do it. I'm quite looking forward to it.
Yeah. I'm more, funny enough, I'd say I'm intrigued to see the in-ring action as well.
Yeah.
The opposition, whoever's wrestling against Stephen Amell, how good is that guy going to be?
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see how the matches are going to be put together by whoever is going to be helping them. Maybe like some Cody Rhodes, for example, or Bucks, or whoever is associated with Stephen Amell that can, maybe even Christopher Daniels, but how they're going to put the matches together for TV.
Yeah.
For their the actual program, but that's stuff that's going to be intriguing to see. Okay, but that will close up this episode.
Yeah. Also, he's the only famous person to be in a stable that makes sense. Because remember, he was a part of Bullet Club. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
For life.
Yeah. So that closed up this episode because we were gonna say let's talk about the Arrowverse, but it kind of
evolved
Green Arrow for a massive section, so
and got away from us.
Yeah. So that is this part of the trip around the multiverse concluded.
Yeah. Our trip to Star City.
Sorry?
Exactly.
Central City, we'll be heading there soon.
Yep.
I am the Scarlet Speedster, CY Chung.
I'm the Emerald Archer, Carl Charles.
You already used that one.
Huh?
You already used that one at the beginning.
But, all right. I am the Dark Archer.
Okay, fine.
There you go.
Fine. I was like, Green Arrow doesn't have many other nicknames, does he?
Nope. That's what I was thinking off my head. Like, he doesn't.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. You are the
Dark Archer.
No, I was going to try and come up with another one, but there isn't. There isn't, is there? For Green Arrow.
Robin Hood ripoff.
Yes, you are the Robin Hood ripoff, Carl Charles.
Yep.
Thanks for taking a trip around the multiverse with us.
Thank you, and bye.